Today we're drinking the forgotten Strawberry Cider. So I made this Strawberry Cider about 2 years ago. It's bottled on April 23rd, 2018. So this is over 2 years in the bottle right now. What it was is our basic cider that we made, and then in secondary or conditioning, I cut up a bunch, I'm going to say it was probably like 2 pounds, because I remember the package, of frozen strawberries and threw them in there for a few weeks. It turned this lovely pinkish color, and I've been trying to get Derica to drink it ever since, and she never really gets around to it. I'm going to pop it open. It shouldn't have been sparkling at all, but it did give a little misting.
It's good for the complexion.
It's been in the fridge because I had a little taste of it and then just put the rest in there because I thought she would really appreciate it. But it just got forgotten about for a long time. We were looking for something to do for a tasting. We said, why not? Because this is the kind of thing that we might actually recreate for you. If a lot of people say that they liked this or whatever, yeah, sure, we could go for that. I'm going to let you have the first smell.
Plant City, which is relatively nearby to us, is huge on strawberries. They have a festival and everything.
Fine, you're going to talk on the smell.
And either it's right now or
If it's right now, we're not going.
Time is kind of elusive, but if strawberries are in season, which I believe they are, then they are at a lower price point. So this would be a good time to be making this. The bouquet is lovely.
Yeah, it's got a really nice sweet strawberry.
Sweet fruitiness, but you do get a touch of the alcohol. So
this is only about 10%. It's 9 point something, 9.6%. So it's not super, super strong. It's not carbonated either, like we said. It's still.
The color, as Brian said, it's nice and clear. It's got a pinkish hue, but it's I would say it's like an amber.
Yeah, it's more amber than
like
red.
Amber.
It used to be more pink. I think over time it's changing. It's just yummy. I mean, it's just really good. Now remember, this is an apple cider, or apple wine, really, that's been flavored with strawberries. That's all this is.
So it's retained that sharpness that lots of ciders have. Mm-hmm. Even with the addition of the strawberry, that sharp note is definitely there, and it is pretty strong.
She's talking about the acids that come from the apple juice and from strawberries, too. They have a little bit of a sharp bite sometimes. It is definitely there. There's a good, strong... Bite is a great way to describe it, actually. Mm-hmm. I need more for science.
I took... excuse me. I breathed in a little bit when I was drinking, which was a bad thing for me to do. Because of that sharpness and the acidity, it kind of caught in my throat. So you want to be careful while drinking this, but you want to be careful when you drink anything alcoholic.
I do have an admission. This was better a couple years ago.
Yeah.
This was definitely better when it was younger than it is now. The strawberry flavor has actually dissipated quite a bit. I think this went through malolactic fermentation, which is usually a good thing with ciders, but sometimes it can change the flavor profile considerably. I would still say that this is yummy. This is really, really good. I would drink this.
On the second sip, I was able to appreciate the mouthfeel more, and it does have that almost creamy sensation on the mouthfeel.
Yeah, that's the malolactic fermentation.
That makes me think that it did go through the malolactic.
That generally happens 6 to 9 months or so after something's put into aging. It happens on its own, contrary to what a lot of people believe. They think you have to induce it. No, you don't. It'll happen on its own. Anything that has malic acid in there, it'll do it eventually. It just takes time. Could be up to a year. Could be longer sometimes. Usually doesn't happen anything sooner than, say, 2 to 3 months, though.
But I am getting what I'm reading as alcohol.
Yeah, I might have miscalculated this. I mean, this was back before I kept good records, or when I kept even worse records than I do now. As in I didn't.
AKA, we didn't film this, AKA, Derica didn't take notes.
Okay, this was made before City Steading existed, I think.
I know.
No, actually, City Steading existed, but this was made before City Steading. It was bottled after.
Yeah, this was when we were still investigating new avenues and new blends.
Yep. But I wanted to try, basically, I just wanted to try flavoring a cider, and that's what this came out as. And Derica's favorite fruit is strawberries, so I thought, I'll do something nice for my wife. And she didn't touch it for 2 years.
The guilt is strong on this one, and I'm not biting because we have two, not one, but two mini refrigerators dedicated to the vast array that is our brew collection. So the fact that I missed one bottle.
I think there's 2 bottles. What I would like to say about this is it's surprisingly good, okay? From that period of time when we were making brews, it was pretty hit or miss. Sometimes they were great, sometimes they weren't. And a lot of what we learned at that point, the good stuff, became videos that we did later on City Steading after even more research and experimentation. Yeah. This was a very early experiment in flavoring ciders. I'd not really gotten into it all that much, but it's a neat idea, and it's something we might actually do more of in the future, because this came out really good. If I was to put a scale on this, 1 to 10, I'm going to call this between a 7 and an 8. It's a knockout. Yeah. It's really, really good. I think it's a little sweet, really, for what it is, and it also came out just a touch tart for what it should be. So
but if it was less sweet, I think the punch and the bite would be overwhelming, and it wouldn't be as
Well, that's what I'm
pleasant.
saying, less tart and less sweet. I think it actually needs less of both of those things, and that way you'd actually get the flavors more so than the feel.
Sure.
Like this one, really, you get sweet and tart. Not as much of the fruity flavor up front, if that makes any sense at all. But
the fruit isn't completely less.
Oh, no. I just like those ends to go away.
Sure.
If they were that way, it might be an 8 to 9 rather than a 7 to 8. It's not going to get that much better just based on what it is. But still an 8 to 9. I mean, for me to say an 8 to 9, that's high praise. I don't say that very often. I like this. I really like it, and I can drink this. Like, this is something I would pour for myself.
Our impetus, that's my new word. I've used this twice now in videos, to try this for you in a tasting before having a how to brew it video was to see how good is it, and should we do a brew video.
Yeah,
and
do you guys have any interest in seeing us do flavored ciders? I mean, let's just call it what it is. We did a flavored hydromel video that we totally screwed up and never showed you guys because it just went all kinds of south.
We were bad home brewers. Bad home brewers.
Long story. It was during wedding season, and it's peach is my nemesis. That's part of where it comes from. But I like the strawberry, and I could see doing this with blueberry. I could see doing this with lots of different kinds of fruit and making that really, really interesting. Yeah. What's really interesting to me is that I don't taste as much apple. It doesn't taste like a cider to me. It doesn't taste like a flavored cider, which means either that's a good thing or we overpowered the apple.
To me,
there's 2 ways to see that.
It tastes like it has more alcohol than what I expect in a cider.
I'm fairly certain it does because, I mean, we ate lunch. My stomach is not empty. I have a fairly good alcohol tolerance, yet I sort of feel an effect of this. So, I'm not drunk by any means, but, when you can tell, like, okay, there was some alcohol in there, I can tell. So I'm thinking 9.6, more like 15.6. I mean, this was probably made with bread yeast, and I probably didn't even take a hydrometer reading, and, I just made it up. Who knows? So, anyway.
So I'm on board for making a flavored cider.
I think we should.
If you are interested in a flavored cider, please leave a comment in the description below what flavor you would like to see a cider made.
Before we say that, please don't say pumpkin or anything like that, because I'm probably not going to make a pumpkin spiced cider. No, I'm not a big pumpkin fan, and drinking a pumpkin just doesn't sound like a good time to me. I would rather it be a fruit, and I would like it to be something that is a little more universal, because we make videos for everybody, not just with some obscure ingredient that you can only get in one county in this particular country of the world. I don't want to do that. I'd rather it be something pretty universal, like strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, stuff like that. Pick one, and whichever is the most popular in the comments is probably the one that we'll make next. Well, maybe not next, but you know what I mean. It'll be soon-ish. Coming up soon-ish. Yeah. But this came out really nice. We're very happy. We're going to drink more of this right after we finish all the filming that we have to do today. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.